everyone, it's Lori with Farmhouse Stencil Shop. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you're catching this part of the video, it's a good chance that you are catching the replay. So if you could hashtag replay for me, let me know that you watched and where you're watching from. That would be great. Okay, so I'll jump into my craft for this evening. I mentioned that if you get these from your Dollar Tree, these are great. When I saw these, I was like, what can I do with those? But my brain automatically thought, I know, I have an idea. They also have ones that have little butterfly cutouts, but I didn't like how the little fence below looked on that one. So I thought these were nice. So I'm going to use this one with a heart on it tonight, but I'm actually going to cover up the heart. To me, this heart is kind of like cartoonish. Same thing with this, the star in this one. It's kind of like a little too rounded and stuff for me. So okay, cool. You got some. You got some of these, Moneta. Hot and windy for wheat harvest. Oh, I bet. Oh my goodness, it's hot here. That's for sure. As you can see, I'm a little sunburnt. I laid out by the pool today and I laid out a little too long, so I'm a little bit sunburnt this evening. So I'm going to start by, I have this board here, 12-inch board. It's kind of an ugly board. It's just a pine board, but it has this nasty little knot in the middle of it. And I don't like to make signs that have big knots like that. So this is going to be perfect for this craft tonight because I'm going to be able to hide that knot. Hey, Vicki, how are you tonight? Thanks for coming on. Okay, so I'm going to paint my board black, first of all. And I'm just going to use flat black paint, Valspar brand. It's just regular, like, interior latex paint. That's what I'm using. Open that up. I've made a few of these already over the last few days, so at the end of the video, I'll show you the other crafts that I did. I just love these. I actually went back to the store and bought like 12 more of these little houses. I went back and bought some more because if I open like a little shop, I'm going to have things in my little shop. And I was like, those are adorable. So I'm just going to paint the front and the sides. Man, my throat is tickling tonight. I'm not going to paint the back. Later on, I'll go back and stain the back. I don't think I'll paint it. I think I'll just leave it wood. But I will clean it up and stain it. Hey, Christy, how are you? They should be pretty easy to find at your Dollar Tree right now, and if not, you might be able to find them online. I went to a larger Dollar Tree, and I found a few there, and then I just happened to go, our little small town has a new, one of those Dollar Tree / Family Dollars, and I decided to just check there, and they had an entire craft aisle stocked. Like, I feel like nobody in town does crafts or something. I was like, wow, maybe I need to start coming up here to our little Dollar Tree. Our little town only has like 1,500 people in it, so. But I know that there's some crafty people, but I was like, I'm going to have to start going to this Dollar Tree. You'll have an excuse to hit the Dollar Tree. I can't go in Dollar Tree lately without looking for crafts. Yes, it's very hot here too, Christy. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. You see my sunburn? I had a nice time laying by the pool today, but whew, I'm paying for it this evening. You haven't seen them at your Dollar Tree, Denise? By the way, hello, Denise. How are you tonight? Okay, so I got my board painted. I'm going to kind of put that out of the way. I'm going to get a little bit more paper towel. I'm going to use the one with the heart cut out. I'm going to peel this off the back. It comes right off. The sticker comes right off the back. Although I'm not going to paint the back, but I am going to paint a little bit of this right here. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and paint it black. This is just my background color. I'm not leaving it completely black. I think you guys know my painting style though. It actually doesn't hurt too bad, no. Thankfully. I put some castor oil on it. I like to use castor oil for a lot of stuff and it actually works pretty good. And there is my friend Leah. Hi, Leah. Thank you for coming on tonight. Leah with Make All the Things with Me. So I'm just going to cover this whole little house with the black paint. No, actually, Christy, I don't use sunscreen. I do not. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Nope, no sunscreen, but I did use a little bit of oil outside, but I don't like all the chemicals in the sunscreen, so I'm a firm believer that the sun is good for you and you can get vitamin D, so I don't use the sunscreen, but my skin will be okay tomorrow with when the sunburn goes away, but I do have a little bit of sunburn. But it's not that painful. I'm good. So I'm just painting the whole thing, and you see there, I painted a little bit inside, but I'm not going to paint way down in there because I'm going to fill that up anyways. So I'm just kind of painting all the little pickets. And like I had mentioned, I made a few of these already, so I'm going to share those with you at the end of the video this evening because they're so cute. I kind of got carried away making them. And hey, by the way, I'm going to do a gift away this evening. I haven't, the last couple of my lives, I have not. So I have a new stencil set I'm going to share, and it's a set of 4, and I am probably going to have it available within the next couple of days, but I will gift away, to 2 people who leave comments in during the live. So just the only requirement I have is that you just leave a comment while you're watching live, and I will do a little gift away afterwards, and I'll divide up the 4 stencils and give 2 to each person. So, okay, I'm going to lay this down and finish painting the top of it here. Hey, Tim, how are you? I hope I'm not missing comments. Oh, you never used it either, and you're having your multiple cancers on your skin, nose, and back. Oh, that's terrible. I know my grandpa has some little skin cancers he has to remove, but I don't know. This might be kind of controversial, but I'm kind of afraid that the sunscreen might actually cause cancer as well. So I'm just one of those people that doesn't want to put the chemicals on my skin, but I do like getting out in the sun. So, okay, I touched that up a little bit. I'll probably have to hit that with the dryer. Hey, Laura, how are you? How are you doing today, Tim? You're here in Missouri, aren't you? All this hot weather. You heard that about sunscreen too, Vicky? I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to like speculate, but you know what I'm saying. Let me dry this real quick. I'm going to use this Waverly Moss shade this evening. That's how you are about the bug sprays too. Yeah, I understand that. I don't like using bug sprays. I don't like to put any, I don't even wear makeup. The only makeup I wear is like a little bit of eyeliner and mascara, and that's like it. I don't wear makeup because I don't want to put all the chemicals on my skin. Paintbrush is a little too big for my bottle. I'm going to dump some of this out on my little tray here. I have a bigger bottle of it, but this one is already open, so I'm going to use a little bit out of this one. Nice and thick and making a mess. Okay, so I am just going to brush this moss shade on top of the black. My boards were sanded too before I started. This board was definitely sanded. I was going to make signs out of them, but then I got carried away making these little crafts, so which these are I'm going to use stencils on these anyway, so they're going to be a little bit of a sign. Castor oil packs will work on brown spots on the skin. I had an area on my leg. I used castor oil and cayenne pepper, and it went away after a few weeks. Yep, I've heard really good things about castor oil. I use it a lot. I also use jojoba oil too. That's what I use to moisturize with. You want to get the castor oil that's not in the plastic bottle, though. They have like the hexane-free cold-pressed castor oil that comes in the glass bottles. That's the kind you want to get. I'm just brushing this on, a nice little coat. But I'm kind of not getting around the edges because that's the look that I like. Down here don't have to be very perfect because I am going to attach the little house onto the front of it and make a shelf sitter. It's going to be so adorable. You're going to love it. I'm loving these. I've made several already. And they turn out so cute. That is good for my board here. This is a nice shade of green. I'm going to put that over the side, and I'm going to dry this a little bit more. Now I'm going to paint this as well. So did anybody do anything special for Father's Day today? Happy Father's Day, by the way, to all the fathers out there. We went out to breakfast this morning with my grandpa and Ian. Sadly, I don't have my dad anymore. He passed away in 2016. He was the best dad ever, though. Oh, God. I'm going to start tearing up. I don't want to do that. Okay. Moving on, moving on. Cayenne pepper is really good, too. I've heard that as well. So I'm just kind of brushing this on top of the black paint, but I don't want to cover up the black paint totally. I'm painting it, just kind of brushing it on. And I'm going to paint a little bit on the roof, just doing the whole thing. You could probably do these in different colors. I was actually thinking of like decoupaging, but I haven't got that far because I'm still making them in different colors, you know. So my daddy died when I was 29. I still cry through. Oh, I'm so sorry. You still cry 38 years later. I'm sure you do. It's supposed to work on cancer. I'm not giving no medical advice. I don't know what it does, you know, but you guys can talk amongst yourselves in the comments. My dad passed away, so I understand. I'm sorry, Vicky. It is a hard thing. Okay. See how it looks? Just kind of nice and painted and grubby. Who would have thought these little Dollar Tree things could turn out that cute? All right, it's not done. It might not be super cute yet, but it will be. Trust me. I'm going to add a little bit more paint. And if you're not following my page, make sure that you follow along. I come on live on Sunday evenings at 6:30. So I don't overwhelm you with crafts or anything like that. Not that crafts are overwhelming. I'm just saying I can't come up with enough ideas to go live more than once a week. But if you want to follow me and then get notifications when I go live, you can click on the 3 little dots. You should see that on your phone or wherever you're watching, and you can open up the menu and click on the get notifications or get notified when I go live, and it will send you a notification, or it's supposed to anyways. Lindy was only 25 when Dad died. Yeah, that's really sad. I know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Thank you, Leah. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Sharon. I'm happy to have caught you live. I am so happy that you caught me live as well. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stick this over to the side for a minute. What I'm going to do, actually, let me tell you what I'm going to do. It has this little heart cut out, but I'm not too crazy about the heart. Not that it's not cute, but it's not what I'm going to use. So I'm going to make a different heart for it. And I have these little acorns. So I'm just going to make a heart out of this acorn. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I think my stash is too big and I can't decide what to make. I have so many crafts. I have so much stuff. And I'm just like, what am I going to make? I have no idea. So it's easier when I have my idea earlier in the week and then I can get things right. But it's like, oh, what am I going to do? So I'm just going to kind of draw a little heart on here. Well, a little big heart, actually. I kind of want it to be kind of a tall heart. And these little acorns, I mean, these little cutouts, you can find them in packages at Dollar Tree. They might not have acorns right now, but they have all kinds of different stuff. So if they don't have a heart, or their hearts are, I did see some wood cutout hearts, but they're too perfect for me. So this is a way that you can make yourself a heart if you don't have a heart. So, hey Linda, how are you, my friend? Linda's always saying good morning to me, and I always appreciate that so much. So you can just cut this wood. It's so thin, and if you have an old pair of scissors, I wouldn't recommend like a great pair of scissors, but the wood will just cut because it's so thin. So just take some old scissors, and you can cut out your own heart. I need help organizing my craft stash. I need help too, honestly. I have way too many crafts. And when you have too many, you never know what to make then. Trying to cut backwards here. So there we go. Let me move this out of the way. It was an acorn, now it's an heart. Little heart. So now I'm just going to take my sander and smooth the edges of it. That's how I am. If I clean the craft room, I really don't know where anything is. And then I like know that I have stuff and I'm like, where did I put it? And then I have to dig through everything to try to find the one thing I'm looking for. I need to label things. I'm just not that organized. But I do need to probably like put crafts and stuff and label it. Like little tubs or something. I'm trying to cut back too. And then I go to Dollar Tree for one little thing. I know. My poor husband, he sits outside in the truck and he knows that I'm going to come out with like a couple of bags every time I go in Dollar Tree. So, perfect rustic heart. Yes, it is. It worked out great. Is the green and white welcome sign behind you a napkin? Oh, okay. That is a napkin. That napkin came from, let me see real quick. It's a package of napkins that I got from Dollar Tree a long time ago. So I have a whole package of these. Yep. But the welcome is one of my stencils. I just stenciled on top of the decoupage sign. Thank you for asking. You make custom label stencils. I have not done that. I've never done that, but I could. Yes, I could. I could always do that. I pretty much can make stencils for just about anything. So I don't know why I don't make them for myself. Okay. So just sand in the edges of that. Now I'm going to take, let's see. I'm just going to take this Waverly wax. This is just the antique wax. I think I opened it already. Yep. And I'm going to just use that on my heart. Do you seal the napkin before you stencil? No, I did not. I just stenciled right on top of it. You could seal it afterwards if you wanted to. I wouldn't seal it before. I just use like flat paint to stencil with. And so I would think that it would work better if you do not seal it first. So I was just trying to paint, not paint, but kind of like I wanted it to look more stained than painted. Okay. Hey, Deborah, how are you tonight? That's okay that you're running behind. Okay. I'm going to also take a little bit of black paint because I'm about to use this black paint anyways. And let's see. I'm going to use a little bit of black paint and I'm going to go around the edges. Just trying to make the edges of my heart darker without painting very much black paint on there. Hey Ursula, new to your crafting. Well, welcome my friend. Thank you for coming on tonight. Okay, so there's my little heart. So it looks nice and rustic and just so cute. I love it. Put that to the side. I think I'm done with this green paint. I used the moss shade. That's the shade that I used. So I'm going to now get my stencil out. If I can find it. What did I do with it? Uh-oh. Oh no. What did I do? Oh, is that it? Yep, there it is. Like, I couldn't see it. They're clear. So sometimes you can lose them, right? Okay, so I'm going to put my little stencil here. This one is a 5" by 4" stencil. It's 5mm Mylar, if anybody's wondering. Thank you for the sweet comments, friends. Okay, hang on one second. Let me see, make sure don't need to move my stencil up a little bit. Put it right there. I just want to make sure it's positioned good. I like it like that. All right, so I'm just going to use a little bit of that black Valspar paint. So you don't have to have craft paint. You can use latex or whatever. I use whatever paint, as long as it's flat finish. I like to buy the mist tinted paint sometimes at Lowe's or Menards. I'm just using a little bit of that black paint. Move this stuff out of the way. I'm going to offload. And then I'm just going to stencil on my letters. Can you see what it says? I haven't showed you guys what it says yet. I will. Sometimes you guys can see it when I lay it down on the board. I need more paint. I'm going to just dip it right in the top of that paint. So again, if you're watching live, make sure that you leave me at least one comment, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, something like that, because after my video ends, I will do a drawing. I'm going to gift away a couple stencils this evening. Actually, this is a set of 4, and I'm going to pick 2 people and give 2 stencils to each person, and I will just mail them to you. So if you are awarded the stencil, then I will message you and get your address. I'm going to do like 2 coats over this. Make sure it's covered pretty good. And I think I got it. Peel this off. And I did. Looks pretty good. Home is where you're loved. I wanted to do little homey sayings because of the little houses. So I wanted something that goes along with those. But you could always use them for other things as well. The possibilities are endless. I'm going to take a little fine tip brush and I'm going to cross the bridges. And I missed somebody. Hey, Betty Higgs, thank you. It's your first time watching from Mississippi. Well, welcome, my friend. Thank you for coming on tonight. I always love meeting new friends. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to cross some bridges. I can't paint like that. I've got to turn it around. I got to turn it around a little bit. I might need a finer tip brush. I think it's going to work. I need more paint. Sometimes if you get like one of my stencils and it has a bridge in a strange spot, it's because I put it there to keep the stencil from flapping up on you. Sometimes in little weird spots. Like I have a little bridge on the M in this one and on like the top of the H's. And that's only because they're tall. The letters are pretty tall. So I don't want them to be flapping up on you when you're stenciling, because that's kind of annoying. So if I find that there's an area that will probably flap up, I try to fix that with a bridge. But if you ever find that you have a bridge that you don't need, you can take scissors and cut those bridges off. Just don't cut them out of like the middles of your E's and O's and all of that. But if there's a bridge that you don't need, you can always cut it off. My hand is not steady enough for painting bridges on the smaller stencils. Sometimes my hand is not steady enough either. And actually, I noticed when, before I started my video, one of the crafts I'm going to show you in a little bit that I finished, I missed a bridge. So I'm going to have to go back and fix my bridge on it. I was like, darn it, I missed a bridge. And it was supposed to be finished. How's everybody doing? Everybody's quiet. That's okay, I guess. So Ian's out in our workshop. He's doing something. Tinkering with something out there tonight. The dogs are quiet right now, which usually they bark. So the house is all quiet. He was working on my building some again. Excited about that. I would rather just paint it in. I would probably ruin the stencil if I cut on it. Well, if there's just a spot that, it bothers you, then just cut it off. If you don't have to cut it off, don't cut it off. But I'm just saying that's an option. Okay, I think I got all the bridges. So there we go. But I'm still going to need this because I'm going to go back over here to the little house. And I'm going to use the black paint. And I'm going to just paint little slats here so you can see where the little picket fence should go together. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to paint some little separating lines. Look like that. I'm going to do that across the front and the other side as well. Lori, I missed the beginning of your video. Did you paint black first and then the green? I sure did. That's exactly what I did. I painted the background black and then I kind of just brushed on the green. It's the Waverly Moss shade. I just brushed that on kind of sparingly because I didn't want to cover up all of the black. And since I'm not going to sit here and sand it all back through, I wanted to leave it where you guys could see the black. I think I got my line a little crooked there, but that's okay. Not looking for perfection. Did Ian have a nice Father's Day? I think so. We just went out to breakfast. We didn't do too much. I think he had a nice day. Okay. So I just painted some little pickets so you could see the little dividers there. Trying to think of what I'm doing next. Okay. Need to let that dry. I think I'll sand the edges of this. I think I'm almost done. I'm going to sand it a little bit. Move that paint lid out of the way. Move that back. Am I off the camera? No, okay. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing still. Excuse me. Thank you guys. Really liking that moss green color. It does look really nice. I was going to use like the celery shade, but I thought that's going to be a little bit too light. So, okay, so I just sanded that, and I'm going to also sand this a little bit. 1 second. I don't want to sand over wet paint, that's for sure. Can't go wrong with moss and sage green. I think it's a great color, that's for sure. And I hear the greens are really in right now, too. I can't keep up with everything. Okay. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm kind of use my dryer and blow this off a little bit. Okay. I think I'm going to take a little bit of wax. Hey, I'm missing somebody. I'm sorry. I get to looking down at my project and I forget to look at comments. Hey, Gina. It's first time watching. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. I always like meeting new friends. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. And there's my friend Cheryl. How are you tonight, Cheryl? Thank you for sprinkling. And good evening, Handmade Status. How are you tonight? That's my friend Christine. I went on your Etsy shop and checked out your Etsy shop. I need to go back on there and favorite it. It was on my phone, and I have to do that from my computer for some reason. Some cute stuff. I love how there are so many creative, crafty people. All right. So I just put a little bit of wax on it. Not much, just a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this onto the front of it. And take a little bit of wood glue. I actually used some E6000. I think I'll just use the wood glue if I could get it open here. If not, I will use the E6000. Need something to open my wood glue. All right, guys, my glue is not opening. I'm practically done with my craft room. Hopefully it can go live this week. That sounds so nice. Hey, Linda. Thank you, my friend, for sprinkling. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get this glue open. What kind of wax am I using? Just the Kills Dark Sealing Wax. What I use to apply the wax? I need to get something better because I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I like it better than using my finger. I need something. If anybody has any suggestions, I use these little daubers from Hobby Lobby, and they work for a while, and then they start falling apart on me, and I really can't get my glue open, guys. There we go. It finally came open. It's terrible. I should be more careful with it, I guess. All the glue gets stuck on the top. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit on the back of this. See, I didn't have to paint all the way down to the bottom of my board because I'm going to cover it anyways. Put a little bit of wood glue. Hey, Teresa. That is Teresa with Forest Acre Primitives. You should come on your business page. I don't mind at all. I'm going to put this right on top of here, like that. I got to catch up with comments because I'm not paying good attention. I've been using the wood glue from Dollar Tree and refilling it as needed. It doesn't get stuck like the other containers. That's a good idea because that's like a little bottle, isn't it? I need to get some of that. I don't think I have any. Thank you for the suggestion. I am going to use this nail gun. I'm going to use this nail tool. Sorry. I know I'm not allowed to say that word. I'll probably get shadow banned now, won't I? I'll just put a couple of those in there to attach it to the front, and it'll stand right up. It's like a perfect little shelf sitter. Look at that. It stands right up. Such a cute idea, guys. That's not even it. I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to cover up this little cutout heart there. And, yeah, I'm going to do that next. I'm going to cover it up with this heart that I cut out and made look rusticy. Thank you, guys. Such an easy craft this is. Hello, Christine. How are you this evening? Trying to catch up here. Some crafters are using brushes from Amazon. Yes, message me that. I need to see what that is. I need something better. But if you don't have anything, the little daubers are better than using your fingers. So thank you all. Thank you so much for all the hearts and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. If I say something wrong when I'm live, I'll always apologize to Mr. Facebook right away. Yeah, I sometimes say things I'm not supposed to say. Okay, I'm going to use this tool here since I actually plugged it in, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this glue. Won't take very much. I'm going to stick that over the other heart just enough to cover it because I'm not crazy about that other heart. But this one I like. Which, by the way, if you weren't watching, I cut that out of a little acorn I got from, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. I got the little acorns from Dollar Tree as well. So that's how I made the little heart. So there's my little heart. And glued that inside. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thanks, Mary Ann. Thank you. It's hard watching what we can and cannot say on our lives. I know, I hear ya. Thank you, Sharon. Yes, it looks more rustic, that's for sure. Thanks, Cheryl. Okay, so I think I showed that they have this kind that has a different kind of pickets, and also the roof is like, this would be so cute making this one into like a little barn or something. That's something that I just thought of now. I might have to make one into like a little barn, but I think that's like the perfect roof line for a barn. Okay, so now I've got to fill it with something. So I have my little piece of styrofoam stuff I'm going to stick in there. I'm going to make it fit. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Of course, the glue melts it and makes it pop and crackle and all that. I'm going to force it down in there. A little piece with the little, yep, I just put it right down in there. Hey, Bethany, thanks for coming on tonight. How is all the kiddos? Sorry, I see your comment now. It's Amy watching. Well, hello, Amy. How are you doing? So I've got to put some little flowers and stuff in it. I have some stuff picked out over here. I just got to reach it. I'm going to use a little bit of this, and I'm going to use a few pips, and I'm going to use a little bit of this yellow. Cut that off because I'm not going to need very much of it because this is such a small area. You don't need much. But it fits a few different things. I also have some of this, so I'm going to see what I can fit in there. Excuse me. So since I did like the mossy color, I think I'm going to use the green pips. This one has different colors in it. Oh, actually, they're multicolored. I just noticed that. I thought it was solid strands, so that's even better. I'm going to just pull off a few of these. Excuse me. Let me catch up on comments really, really quickly. Okay. I've been looking in your shop at the stencils. Definitely going to order some. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, there's a code right there. Right there. I can't point over my shoulder. I don't know which way it is. It's behind me. You see the code? There's a code for watching live. I have your pips. Haven't forgotten. Oh, Christy, you're so sweet. I'm wondering if I can make something like this on my own. I don't see why not. Okay, what are we talking about? I'm lost. Where did you find this at? I'm going to have to scroll back up because I don't know what we're talking about. Are we talking about the little house? Sorry. Is that what we're talking about? The little house came from Dollar Tree. My stencils for the set, I'm going to show you the other ones. Those will be ready, or I should have them online tomorrow. So what I'm going to do with these pips, because they are not going to stick down in the styrofoam, but this is hard wire here, so I'm going to attach the pip to those. And I don't want this to be very tall because my little box is not very big. So I only need a little bit. But then I can cut the next one off right under and like that. And then I'll cut this one. So they'll each have a little bit of something to stick down in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pip berries, kind of wrap it around that. So when I stick the other part in, it will go in there with it. And I'm also going to just wrap the pips around my finger, make it kind of curly like that. See the little pip berries curly? Don't need too many of them. I am going to take a little bit of hot glue so it doesn't move. Put that on there, and I'm going to set that to the side so I don't burn my fingers. And I'll do the next one. I think they are new to Dollar Tree. I do. Because I just found them this past week. So, and the other Dollar Tree I went to had a ton of them. So yes, go to your Dollar Trees. This is a good find. Get you some little houses. They look like this. And there's also another one that has a butterfly cutout. Let's see, I don't know what I did with the other ones. This one had a heart on it. This one has the star, and then there's one with a butterfly cutout, but I didn't like how the picket fence looks on that one. It would still work okay, but I didn't like it as much, so I got the ones that I like. So I'm going to do 3 of these. Thank you for all those hearts. I so appreciate you. I'm going to run to all 6 of my local Dollar Trees. I don't blame you. I seriously bought like 12 more of the little houses. And I didn't even clear the shelf. I left some for other people. But I bought some more because I was like, these are so cute. I'm going to make some more later on. I know I am. Okay, so I'm going to stick these in. And it's okay if I cover up the little heart a little bit. Actually, oops. I want to knock it over and hit my laptop. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the bottom. I'm just going to place them in there. I know you can't see this part very well, but... And it will cover, well, it doesn't totally cover up the little heart that I made, but I just basically didn't like the heart cut out as well. So you can still see the little rustic heart. I'll show you in a few. That's what I got so far, but I'm going to add a few more little things to it. No bows or anything like that, just florals and all that good stuff. Let me put a little bit more glue. This is like, I cut these off of, I have this whole big thing from Hobby Lobby that came in like Christmas stuff. Some kind of like, just this wooden like, I don't know, it's like holiday decor. But it looks like this. Great. Great little pieces. That one's kind of stuck together. I don't like that, but I'm going to move that. Wish I had a Dollar Tree closer than 30 miles. Oh no. Well, you might have to just, you know, make a trip sometime and do some other running around at the same time. Hey, James. It was just your birthday, wasn't it? I'm going to cut this off down here and just use this part of it. I want to use this yellow as well. Cut it off down here. Let me put this yellow. I'm going to stick it in the front here. Okay. You know what? I can do that for you too, Christy, because my local Dollar Tree in town, there's some up there. I didn't clear the shelf, so just send me a message. I can get some for you. That's what I got so far. I'm going to add a little bit more. I know it's kind of like, I don't want it to get like overwhelming with flowers, but that's why I'm just using little ones. little pieces. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Excelsior. I'm going to stick that. That's what I got so far, but I don't want anybody to see all this good stuff down there. I don't want you to see all the foam. So I'm going to take and stick this in there. I probably could have done that before, but it doesn't take much, just a little bit. Pull out the extra. I love how that stuff just gets all over the place. I'm about to turn it around so you can see. So cute. All right. You're almost done. Put that over there like that. Okay. What do y'all think? This would be the finished one right here. I got a mess. I got lots of mess to clean up now. Take my extra. What do you guys think? I think it's adorable. Let me show you some of the other ones. Let me show you some of the other ones that I just made. Okay. So, and you see, it stands up on its own. I'll go back and I will stain the back. Okay, you could paint the back. I mean, that's totally up to you. I like to stain the back of my signs and stuff. It's just easier, so I'll probably just clean this up and then just stain the back of it. But that is like a perfect little shelf sitter. So cute. So little. Adorable. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me show you some of these other ones. Okay, so I said this was a set of 4 stencils. This is one. Then I have this one. Is another one I made. Count Your Blessings. This is in the same set, okay? The Count Your Blessings is a 4x4, and the Home is Where You're Loved is a 4x5. So, really cute. This one I also did with the same kind of pickets, and I did the heart in the back on that one to cover it up. I thought that was so cute. I did it like with the mustard yellow over the black. So that turned out good. And then I have this one that I did ivory over black, and then I just used wax. And this is the other, this one I made with this right here. So you can see the different style roof and the different pickets. So that's what that one looked like. And I also added pips and stuff. I covered it with a rusty star. I already had the little metal rusty stars. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. What a great idea for using those little birdhouses. Are they birdhouses? I think they are birdhouses, but they're just, I just thought they were just adorable when I saw them. So you like the white one the best, Cindy? I got more. I think it's so cute. Okay, I got a couple more. Let me put this one over here to the side. And this is the next one, Country Home. These are all of these are the same stencil set. So this one is going to be a 4x4 too. I used some little purple, I think that's lavender, I think is what that is. And then I used some of the little, I don't know what that is, the little holiday floral stuff. And then I used some cream colored pips in this one, the pip berries, a little bit of glue. But I think that this one I used the mineral shade of Waverly. This one was ivory. This one, I don't know the name of this one. It's just a mustard yellow though. I don't have the name of that one for you. And then I did a different one as well. This is not in this stencil set, but I did this one too. And I gotta fix, this is the one I need to fix the bridge on. But I made a little flag. Let me tell you about my little flag. Well, first of all, I used the little one with the pickets and the rusty star in the back of it. So this one is the one I think looks more like a barn. This stencil is in my patriotic set of 8. Thank you guys for all the sweet comments. These are so cute. I just got some a little bit ago. Can't wait to decorate them. I hope you have fun. You like the lavender one, Lisa? We are all going to have so much fun with your ideas. I'm so glad. I don't know. I just thought this is such a easy little project. But anyways, with the flag, all I did was take a little piece of cardstock and I just painted that with I just painted that on, and then the little stars were in on one of the stencils that is in this stencil set, there's a little Old Glory stencil that has small stars on it. So I was able to use that. And then I just took this skewer, just like a skewer, and I just used that as the little flagpole and then stuck it down in there. And that just turned out like perfect. I also did take the wax, the dark wax, and use that on the flag as well. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for all the sweet comments. I'm going to fix this right now before I forget. I used the mineral paint was the color that I used for the letters on this one. So I have a bridge that I missed, and I just need a little bit of paint to fix that. And I hope that I didn't get a brush that's way too big. And I think I did. I missed my bridges on this G, so I'm just going to fix them real quick. There we go. So that one's all done. And you can seal them if you want to seal them. I don't think that you have to if they're going to be indoors. I mean, don't make things any more hard on yourself. You don't have to seal it if you don't need to seal it. But I did use some wax on all these and stuff. You can also use clear wax to seal it. Or you can use stain. But I think they turned out great. I'm so glad you guys joined me this evening. What I'm going to do, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that so much. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions here before I get off here. Love the patriotic theme. I think it's so cute too. Message you the brushes. Thank you so much for doing that. Did you say what color of red you used? I don't know, actually. I used this mist tinted red. And I don't know if it even says what color it is, because I have some in a, let me just check really quick, see if the name of that color is on the can, because I was trying to use it before it dried up in the can. Let me see. Like I said, I grabbed mist tinted paints and stuff, so I'm not even sure if it says, and I'm not even seeing it. I think they blacked it out on me, but you can get just about any burgundy red. I mean, this is just, that's basically what it is. It's a burgundy red. There's a good color of red that is called Colonial Red. That one is a good one. I believe that's made by Rust-Oleum. You can get it in a small can. I use that on a lot. That is not what this is, and I wish I knew what it is, but I don't know the name of this one, so I'm so sorry. But thank you guys. Thanks for coming on tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed this evening, and if all works out wonderfully, I'll be back next Sunday evening. And I appreciate you guys for coming on. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to end this video now. Have a good night. Bye-bye.